Welcome everyone to Nikki Loves Books. Nikki here, and today we do have Bookish Box unboxing. So if memory serves me right, last Bookish Box we had was the Young Adult March 2023 box. So I figured this is going to be the Adult March 2023 box, but I don't actually know, so we're going to open it and find out. So I was wrong. This is the face of confusion. This is my Young Adult April Bookish Box. So I have yet to get my Adult March Bookish Box, but I'll take my Young Adult April box, I guess. At the end of the day, I'm just happy to be getting a Bookish Box. I'm just waiting for them to fully catch up. I just don't like the feeling that my money's in the Netherverse. Like, I don't like paying for something and then waiting months to receive it without agreeing to it. So anyway, we have our Young Adult April 2023 Bookish Box to unbox. So let's go ahead and go through the newsletter really quick. Right off the bat, hello, welcome to the Bookish Box. Here are your choices. Yay, you. Then it gets into the details about the Young Adult box, which I will read to you once we get to those items. They then have the information from the adult box that month, because it's one newsletter for both boxes. Then we have a crossword puzzle, which is fun, and a Spotify playlist, which is essential in my life. I almost love music as much as I love books. Then we have the emotional support animals of the staff and their book recommendations, which I think is super fucking cute. I love that they're doing this. And then finally, they leave us with some information from their social media. The only thing we really need to know from this newsletter at this point is what is the theme. And our theme for our Young Adult April Bookish Box is Wicked Woods. Let's go ahead and check out our items in our Wicked Woods Bookish Box. So first off, we have the Raven Cycle inspired candlestick holder, which I have not read the Raven Cycle yet, but I do have the first book on my bookshelf. It just will depend on when I pull out that book title for me to read it, but I'm really wanting to read it. And here is that candlestick holder, which is super cool. If you guys can see, that's it's a raven, and it says the raven on the bottom. This definitely has some dark gothic vibes. Like, I could definitely see this being like an Edgar Allan Poe inspired candlestick also. And I'm loving that I got this in September, because I'm like, this is some good gothic Halloween decor. Inspired by the Raven Cycle series, this candlestick holder will light your way through the dark, designed by the Mystical at Doom and Bloom Studios. Next, we have this phone grip, and it says that it's inspired by An Ember in the Ashes, which, love that series. If you have not read it, I highly recommend it. So it says, where there is life, there is hope. Where there's life, there is hope. Sabah Tahir. This An Ember in the Ashes inspired phone grip will add bookish flair to either your phone or e-reader. Designed by the amazing at Azura.arts. Next, we have a bookish letterboard, and I believe these letters go with it. So let's open this and see what it looks like. And here is our bookish letterboard. I actually like this. It says currently reading. It obviously looks like a book, so I think it is pretty cool. And I do like the painted border, so this is a lot of fun. We are in love with this bookish letterboard. This customizable sign is perfect for indicating what's next on your TBR or showing appreciation for a quote in one of your favorite books on your shelf. Letters included, designed by at the Bookish Box. So if you guys are not quite understanding what this is, you have letters and you can set them on here and, put a book title, put a book quote, whatever you want to do. It's a letterboard. Next, we have an item which I've literally been like, why does Bookish Box and Owl Crate not normally do this? So often they do necklaces or bracelets, which are lovely, but not something I wear very often. So I'm very happy to say that they finally included a pair of earrings. So you can hardly see the background, but it says Wild is the Witch inspired hoop earrings. And I love these. They are owls. So you have two down, one for each ear. They're very cute. These stunning owl hoop earrings are inspired by Wild is the Witch by Rachel Griffin, designed by the talented at The Bitter Season. Wild is the Witch, I think I read that. I don't 100% remember if I read it or not, but it sounds super familiar, and I feel really bad if I'm totally blanking, but this happens quite often. I read books and then I don't remember. I just like have no recollection of reading the book. And that doesn't mean that the book is bad. It's just my memory is not what it used to be. And sometimes books blend together. So I think I read Wild as the Witch. I think I enjoyed it. But do not fucking quote me because I honestly can't remember. And I will just need to pull up my Goodreads account to double check that. Next, we have, of course, our Wanderlust window art. And this is Fangorn Forest. And if that does not ring a bell, it's Lord of the Rings. And it is amazing and so beautiful. I love it. Introducing the fourth Wanderlust window to be featured in our young adult box. This month's 2023 collectible Wanderlust window is inspired by the Lord of the Rings series by J.R.R. Tolkien, providing a glimpse into the Fangorn Forest featuring the one and only Gandalf the White. Designed by Gabrielle Ragusi. I'm so excited to hang these up, and I'm happy to say that I have hung up my other ones, and I'll be showing it off probably once we get all of them. So maybe at, well, I would say the end of the year, but if Bookish Box doesn't catch up, so sometime next year. And our last bookish item before we get to the book is, of course, our art print. And if you do not recognize this, I'm very, very sorry. This is from Actar. Our May 2023 young adult theme announcement by the amazing Natalie Bernard Art features Feyre from Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses. Next month's theme will charm you. And again, my biggest complaint is I have no idea what next month's theme is. I really don't. I'm sure there was an email about it. Can you at least tell me in the damn newsletter? But no. Regardless, I like this art print because it's Feyre, and I'm obsessed with A Court of Thorns and Roses. By far my favorite series ever. So that is it for all our bookish items. Obviously I don't get the t-shirt, but some of y'all get the t-shirt. My favorite item in this box, it's a tie between the birds. Really liking the owl earrings, but I also really liking the raven candlestick. So it's between the birds. I like these both. Not saying that the other items weren't lovely. These two just happen to be my favorites in this box. So the most important item, in my opinion, of the box is, of course, the book. So our book for our Wild Woods Young Adult April 2023 Bookish Box is The Witch and the Vampire by Francesca Flores. Ava and Kay used to be best friends until one night 2 years ago, vampires broke through the magical barrier protecting their town, and in the ensuing attack, Kay's mother was killed and Ava was turned into a vampire. Since then, Ava has been trapped in her house. Desperate to escape her confinement and stop her mother's plans to destroy the town, Ava must break out, flee to the forest, and seek help from the vampires who live there. Kay, now at the end of her training as a flame witch, is ready to fulfill her duty of killing any vampires that threaten the town, including Ava. On the night that Ava escapes, Kay follows her and convinces her to travel together into the forest while secretly planning to turn her in. But with monstrous trees that devour humans whole, vampires who attack from above, and Ava's stepfather tracking her, the woods are full of danger. The two are each other's greatest threat and also their only hope if they want to make it through the forest unscathed. I am intrigued and hope this book is good. So our details for our exclusive Luxe hardcover edition is, of course, we have an exclusive dust jacket with die-cut imagery. And it says on the back, tales of mortals who fall in love with bloodsuckers abound in our history. Something alluring exists in the immortal, dangerous predator, but all of these stories end the same with blood spilled, trust broken, and a life lost. I really like the die-cut imagery. So obviously, if you guys could not tell, it's supposed to be a heart. Not the, the emoji heart, but like looks like a heart in the chest. We have an exclusive printed hard case, which is super stunning. I really like the art style. We have beautiful stenciled edges. We do have an author signed overlay and illustrative character and papers. So that is all the details of our exclusive luxe edition of The Witch and the Vampire. I look forward to reading this book. I'm currently reading Masters of Death, which was the adult Owl Crate book for August. So once I finish up with Masters of Death, I will be moving on to The Witch and the Vampire. For those of you who have been patiently waiting for my next book recap, I promise it will be coming out in September, hopefully the earlier part versus later, but it is in the works. I've been frantically looking for another job that I'm able to do with my disability, so that's where my priority has been, but rest assured that the Queen of Shadows recap will be coming out this month. Thank you all so much for being here. Don't forget to make sure you're subscribed to join me for more bookish fun. I got book reviews coming. We got a book recap and, of course, more book unboxings. Enjoy your long weekend.